Dr. Joyce Caragay, Atty. Ted Pascua, Dr. Shell Habito, sa kay Dr. Ben Quiñones, sa inyo pong lahat, ating pong mga kapatid at mga kababayan, sa ating pong mga to our guests from other countries. Sa inyo po lahat, sa magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. First, I would like to beg the indulgence of our foreign delegates if I speak in Tagalog and English. Okay. I hope that the others can translate it. So, 2 years ago, we held in this same university the RIPES International Conference, and I was tasked to give the opening talk. Ngayon, last night, sinabi po sa akin Dr. Ben Quiñones, magsalita din ulit ako sa inyo. Nakita ko naman, marami naman po sa inyo absent po noong 2013. So, ano po ba sinabi ko noong 2013? Well, our country is a country of 7,100 islands. And most of these islands have mountains and plains. And the most famous mountain, of course, is the Banawe Rice Terraces. In the mountains, the staple food is kamote or sweet potato. In the lowlands, the staple food is rice. So one day, the people from the mountains decided to visit the people in the lowlands. And of course, because our people have always been hospitable, they were treated to a new staple called rice. And while they were eating the rice, they said that, hey, this tastes much better than the kamote. What if we bring this rice to the mountains? So they brought sacks of rice to the mountains and started feeding they shared it with the other members of the tribes. And the members of the tribe all said the same thing. This tastes much better than the kamote. What if we plant this? But how can we plant it? We need plains to plant this. Then somebody came up with a brilliant engineering idea. What if we convert the mountain into giant staircases? And the steps of these staircases, we will convert into rice paddies. And then we will plant the rice there. Yes, but will it hurt the mountain? No, it will not hurt the mountain because it will not have erosion. Because the soil that's coming from the first layer will just go to the second layer. So, how long will it take for us to do this? Maybe about 200 to 300 years per mountain. So, who will benefit from what we're going to do? Well, none of us living today will benefit from this. But our grandchildren, they will all benefit from this. So, let's start it now. So, they started building the rice terraces. And we can see them. They were built 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 years ago by our forefathers. So while they were building these rice terraces, one of the children asked his father, Papa, who will own this mountain once we finish building the rice terraces? And the father looked at his son and said, Son, nobody will own this mountain. In fact, son, this mountain has been here thousands of years before we were born. And it will be here thousands of years after we die. In fact, my son, when you and I die, we are going to be buried in this mountain. So maybe it is more appropriate to say that this mountain will own us instead of us owning this mountain. Now you fast forward history, and the year is now 2015. And because there's too much flooding, there's bound to be a shortage of rice, and there's an emergency meeting going on. About 100 people were in attendance. And they were trying to solve the problem of rice shortage and the continuous flooding in the plains. So somebody said, what if we just convert the mountain into rice terraces? But how long will that take? Maybe 2 or 3 years with our bulldozers, our backhoes, our earth movers, maybe about 2 to 3 years per mountain. But how much will that cost? About 100 million pesos per mountain. But where will we get the 100 million pesos? Easy. There are 100 of us here. You put in 1 million pesos each, and we will have 100 million pesos. But the 99 said to the one who was chairing the meeting, but we do not have 1 million pesos each. So one said to the 99, well, simple. You put in what you can, and I will put up the rest. So the 99 is clowns and is clowns, and they were able to put up 5 million pesos. And the one put up the other 95 million pesos, and they incorporated, and they registered it with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Upon registration, one told himself, I am now absolute majority stockholder of this corporation. I own this corporation. Profit, profit, profit. I will price the rice as high as the market can bear. Money, money, money. And in fact, I've gone to the Land Management Bureau of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, and they do not know that I'll be able to get a title to this mountain. And this mountain will belong to my family forever and ever unto the end of eternity. So, in the next few days, we're going to meet. In the next couple of days, we have shown what solidarity economy is. Marami po kasi nagsasabi sa akin, Jun, puro pangarap yung ginagawa mo, imposible naman yan eh. Eh kaya lang, the Barabi rice terraces are there. It only proves that what we're discussing here, solidarity economy, was the original economy. And the liberal capitalist economy which exists today, where only one lords it over the 99, is the artificial economy. The real economy of this world is that everything belongs to everybody. In fact, I believe that the most dangerous word that has ever been invented in any language is the word mine. Mula po na na-invento yung salitang akin, nagkagulo na po tayo eh. Sabi po nung Israeli, this land is mine. Sabi po ng Palestinian, this land is mine. Gera. Sabi po nung Muslim doon sa Mindanao, this land is mine. Sabi po ng Kristiyano, this land is mine. Gera. Sabi po nung Chinese, akin tong Spratly. Sabi ng Pilipino, akin tong Spratly. Sana wag magkagera. Kaya lang ganun po yun eh. So in the meantime, we're also faced with a different kind of problem. And this is the problem of the 4 Ps. Meron po tayo ngayong 4 Ps. 70 billion po isang taon ang tinutustos natin dito. Ang hangarin po nito ay makatulong sa mga mahihirap ng ating bayan. Oo, nakakatulong po ito sa pambaon ng mga bata pagpasok sa eskwelahan. Opo, nakakatulong ito pantawid gutom sa pang-araw-araw. Oo, nakakatulong po ito na maging pulubi ang ating mga kababayan. Mga pulubi na nakapila sa mga ATM para kunin ang kanilang 1,500 piso na limos buwan-buwan na binibigay ng ating pamahalaan. Pumunta po kayo sa buong bayan, nakapila po ang ating po mga kapatid. Meron din po tayong 10 million OFW na nagpapadala ng $25 billion a year o 1 trillion piso. At meron din po tayong 10 milyong pamilya na umaasa sa mga padala na yan. Pera padala, 2 Ps, 4 Ps ng gobyerno, kahit ano po ang itawag natin, limos pa rin iyan. At ang naging resulta ay isa pang P. Yung Pinoy naging pulubi. Tayo po ay namamalimos. Ginawa po natin ang ating bayan ng bayan ng mga pulubi, naghihintay ng limos buwan-buwan. Puhunan, ito po yung P na ating pong pag-uusapan, at hindi limos ang ating kailangan. Kung hindi po natin kayang bigyan ng trabaho ang ating mga kababayan, bigyan po natin sila ng puhunan at sila na ang gagawa ng kanilang kabuhayan. Kahapon, nakipagkita po ako kay Mon Peñalosa, isa pong awardee ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I asked him, ano po ba ang pwedeng gawin with $1,000 na puhunan? 45,000 pesos. And he rattled off kung ano po pwedeng gawin puhunan. Bakit po ba binabanggit na $1,000? Because I recently found out that our very poor country lent $1 billion to the IMF World Bank. $1 billion is 45 billion pesos. It is the equivalent of lending out 45,000 pesos to 1 million up-and-coming new entrepreneurs of this country. So ano po ba ang pwedeng gawin? So he rattled off. Well, 45,000 pesos is more than enough for a farmer to plant 1 hectare of rice without borrowing from usurers that charge the farmer 100% for 4 months. It is also enough para po makabili kayo ng 500 pugo at magtayo kayo ng pugo o poultry, nakikita po kayo ng 15,000 to 20,000 pesos a month. Pwede rin po kayo magkaroon ng lettuce na taniman, nakikita rin po kayo ng 15,000 to 20,000 pesos a month. napakaliliit na bagay, yung 45,000 pesos, kaya makita po natin na marami po tayong magagawa po doon. But unfortunately, liberal capitalism is the economy at present. And I do not know, aside from me, how many of you have been able to borrow money from the bank, aside from housing loans, salary loans, or credit card loans? Ilan po ba sa inyo ang nakakairam po sa bangko na asilanla ay track record? Dahil ako po, nakasanda lang po sa akin ay track record eh. Sabi ko, bakit hindi mapahiram ang mga kababayan po natin ng pera na yun? So finally, I was asked, if suddenly you become president today, what is the first thing that you will do? And my answer was simple. I will implement a law that my enemy made. So who is my enemy? Well, who am I first? I'm part of the Cory Aquino government of 1986. And we toppled the Marcos government. Well, President Marcos, our in quotation marks enemy, made a law, called it is the Agri-Agra Law, or PD 717, which mandates all commercial banks to lend out 25% of their loan portfolio to Agri-Agra beneficiaries. This time, we're no longer talking of 45 billion pesos. We're talking of 25% of 8 trillion pesos. And there's a law that says that 2 trillion pesos of these have to be lent out to farmers and to Agri-Agra beneficiaries. Unfortunately, it is not being done. Why is it not being done? Because the 1% control the banking system. And the banking system is led by the Monetary Board, and the Monetary Board came up with the monetary resolution that purchase of treasury bills is compliance with the Agri-Agra Law. So what has happened now? Of the 8 trillion pesos loanable portfolio of commercial banks, 85% is being lent out to Metropolitan Manila. Of the remaining 15%, 12% to other urban areas like Davao and Cebu. Of the 3%, the 3% are being lent out to countryside, but not to farmers. They are being lent out to Planters Development Bank, to Dole Pineapple, to Del Monte Pineapple, and all of these big corporations. And very little minuscule to farmers. So mga kapatid, huwag na po tayo maghanap ng solusyon sa ating problema sa labas ng kwartong ito. Wala pong solusyon doon. Wala na po, ang solusyon po ay naririto sa loob ng kwartong ito. The combined talents, the combined experiences, the combined love of country, the combined love of the poor, ng mga tao naririto is sufficient to solve not only our country's woes, but global poverty. Isang magandang umaga sa inyo lahat.